Every song tells a story. Have you ever wondered how your favorite tune got on the radio? Behind the Song explains the growth of newly releasing songs, from imagination to pen and paper to the microphone. So turn it up some and learn about the story each song wants to tell you. Hey everyone, welcome back to Behind the Song. I'm your host Elizabeth Miller, and today we're going to talk about another one of my original songs, 2000 Years. Now, even though this is not the Christmas season and this is a Christmas song, I decided to cover it because it's really hard to tell if it is actually a Christmas song because of the topic that it talks about. Now, of course, we'll discuss why I chose this topic to write a Christmas song about, where the lyrics in the story came from, and the takeaway of today. But before we get that far, let's listen to it first. Oh, come, are ye faithful, joyful and triumphant? Come ye, oh, come ye to Bethlehem. 2000 years was not that long ago. There was no peace on earth for men below. When times were hard and lives were torn, no one knew when hope was born. A baby born into a So, again, to explain the story, this compares life in Jesus' day to life in today's time, where we see that it's really not that different. Men were still wretched and sinners back then, life was still hard, and what saved men back in that day still exists and stands to save men today. Now, I know that this is a lot different than most of your normal secular Christmas songs that talk about that peaceful night and those quiet sheep and a sleeping baby and a little town. Bethlehem was massive for that day. In the middle of a census, by the way, there was not a moment of peace. I mean, please, the hotel was completely booked. That would have had to have been a massive herd of sheep that had traveled miles with their shepherds to get there. They would not have lowed quietly, they would have bellowed loudly. And Jesus may have been 100% God, but he was also 100% a newborn human. He may have slept 30 minutes a night. So in other words, traditional Christmas songs paint a pretty picture, or they lie. And please, I can't be the only person who gets sick of Jingle Bells and Ding Dong being played in every grocery store starting October 31st. Now, I'm also the kind of person that calls Die Hard a Christmas movie, so if we're talking about anything with a tree or a star or a string of lights, it's a Christmas song. Although, I gotta admit, Dolly Parton's Hard Candy Christmas is not a Christmas song. I promise you, if you've never heard it, you have heard it in the grocery store. Writing a secular Christmas song today is easy, especially one about like love or breakup over the holidays. But writing a Christian song set in present day, not so much. So, as in the last song, the concept of this story, the story that it really tells, is completely fictional. But the main point of it, the manger scene, is something that I've just had in my mind since I was a child. There was a town that a good friend of mine lived in, and this bank that sat right in the center of the town had a manger scene that they put up in their yard every year for my entire life. I mean, I promise you they're going to have it up next year. And just something about that every year just stuck in my mind. I don't know why. I guess just the thought of something staying relevant and true in our lives just caught me. Then, years later, I was driving through downtown Laurel, Mississippi at Christmas time, and I saw a little nativity scene in a window. I started thinking about all the people that walk those streets and see those little statues, and I wonder if they understood what they meant. Then, a story started in my mind about a young man who grew up in church and had faith, but now he's gone so far away he thinks he can never come back, that there is no hope for him. But that little sign in that window showed him that there might actually be hope in his worst time. So that brings us to the takeaway of the day. Write what you don't know. Everyone tells you to write what you know. Things or experiences that are familiar to you, so you can write them with confidence. And that's fine, perfectly fine. But people have also heard 500 Christmas songs about a breakup over Christmas Day. They're sick of them. Maybe you don't like the Christmas story I wrote. That's completely fine and understandable. So write your own. We live in a bored society with a really short attention span. They want something new and interesting, so give it to them. They see the same 2,000 reels on TikTok every day. So give them something new to scroll to. Well, guys, now you know the story behind the song. As always, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button and come back next week for more stories and writer's tips. And always, write what you don't know and never stop writing your stories behind the song. 2000